Welcome back, guys, to the second episode of the new series Moving Abroad Guide, where I give you tips and share my experience after working and living in different countries for the last decade. I hope you are excited, as in the last video, the very first one, we spoke about the when. Today we are going to talk about the why, the reasons you should try and experience living abroad, as well as the advantages of it, of course. Before I start, guys, I want to share with you something I read from a book I really like. This is the book, guys, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Bleep from Mark Mason. And there's something on page of this book 162 about traveling, which I want to share with you, which I think is really fantastic. Travel is a fantastic self-development tool because it extricates you from the values of your culture and shows you that another society can live with entirely different values and still function and not hate themselves. This exposure to different cultural values and metrics then forces you to re-examine what seems obvious in your own life and to consider that perhaps it's not necessarily the best way to live. I leave this to you to think about. And now, with no further ado, guys, here are 6 reasons why you should try and experience living abroad. Number 1, it's a new adventure. Do you want to challenge yourself? Moving abroad will be full of surprises and challenges to test you along the way. This is because you find yourself in a new environment every day, 360 degrees, 24/7. This will make you grow as a person and will give you a new point of view on life because people in different countries do things differently. You might get to know that the way you're doing something is not actually the best. You can learn from other people. As a very easy example from my experience, by living in the UK and experiencing traveling to Spain a lot, I, for example, learned to drink tea a lot, coffee, and I'm from Italy. And also I learned and I now like to eat garlic and onions. Just because I tried it in a different way, I found out that I actually like it. And trust me, you will really change at the end of your experience. You will be a different person. It happened to me as well. I remember I was extremely shy when I started my first adventure in London in 2011. And at the end of it, I gained so much confidence in myself. It was crazy. I was even shy to go to restaurants, for example, to leave my CV when I was looking for a job. And at the end of it, I was sending CVs left, right and center, and it was the easiest thing in the world. It really did change me, and I'm sure it's going to change you if you try it. Number 2, learn a new language. Do you want to learn a new language or improve one that you already speak? As a second language of Italian and English, I always tell my students that the best way to learn a language is to actually live in a place where it is spoken. It is spoken. This is because it's, again, all around you 24/7. You breathe it in the air, you eat it for breakfast, you can improve the fluency, pronunciation, you can learn new words, new expressions, even slang, which is something really fun. Learning a new language, guys, also can make you have a different personality, and it can also make you understand way better the culture of the place where you are living, which I think makes the experience much better and much deeper. I personally moved to England when I was 19 because I wanted to learn English, because I knew it was going to be a very important skill to have in my life, just because Italian is not a very spoken language. So I knew it was key to get a job and to improve my life in general. That's also, and mainly this is the very good example, that's how I learned Spanish. I actually never went to a Spanish class. I actually learned through practice, speaking, and also studied on my own because it's something that I personally like. Y también quiero sacarme el título para enseñar español porque es un idioma que me encanta. De verdad es lo que me gusta más. Y no sé por qué. Number 3, work experience. Do you want to improve career-wise or improve your CV? Even if it's just one experience abroad, employers are always impressed by this and will ask you about it during your job interview. What a better way to impress them? Because this shows initiative, courage, skills. You can bring to the table a lot, including creativity, a different way of working and seeing problems that need to be solved. This is my strongest point when looking for a job. I have so many stories to share and so many difficult situations I can share with them so they can understand I am a good fit for the job, because I was working under difficulties, under pressures in a different environment that wasn't home, and also by myself. And most of the times they will ask you about why you did it, which I think is a very good question, because you can speak about it in a more personal way. In that way, they can also start to see you from your personality perspective, which I think is a good insight for them as well, to understand if you're good for the job or not. In the last couple of days, I actually had an interview to teach Italian online for a language center in Mexico City. And during the interview, it was really great because they, of course, had a look at my CV before the interview, and they were asking me, oh, why did you work in Mexico? Why do you know Spanish so well? And I could speak about my experience in Portugal and Mexico as well, about teaching. So, you know, I was speaking and speaking and speaking, which is actually good because I have things to say. Get me the job ready! Number 4, it's time for a new life. Are you guys fed up of your current situation? No stimulus, boring routine? Are you feeling stagnant? Then move abroad and start from scratch. As I mentioned in the very first episode of this guide, guys, moving abroad gives you the possibility to start from zero the way you want. This is because no one knows you nor your past, so you can recreate your life how you want it. New job and new surroundings, which is really important, new food and new people, new relationships, new lifestyle. This will give you the opportunity to even be more creative, to expand your mind. Some parts of your brain are going to work together and you will feel like, I have so many ideas. You can start from zero again. I remember the very first time I left home and I moved to London, I was amazed about how people were living, which was very different from my own personal lifestyle. The melting pot of people, which was not really present in my small town. I was learning new things every day. I was getting all the golden nuggets from the different cultures, and I was trying to, first of all, experiment with them to see if they were a good fit for me, and if so, I would incorporate them into my own life. I remember the first time I went back home, it was a bit weird because I was doing things like people in my hometown, especially my family, were not used to do at all. So it was really like, what are you doing all the time? And it was actually really fun because I could notice that I was improving. By moving, I actually started to grow again. I was not stale, and that was so nice, so refreshed to see. Number 5, experience a different lifestyle you are interested in. Do you want to experience a very specific lifestyle which is very different at the opposite extreme of the spectrum from your own culture, country and lifestyle? Then again, guys, you should move abroad and try it. One of the reasons why I moved to Mexico, specifically Puerto Vallarta, is because I've always wanted to try and live in a tropical weather country. I don't really like winter in Europe because I personally hate cold weather. So it was something on my mind for a very long time, and when I had the right age and the possibilities, I decided to try it, and I actually love it. I actually love it because I'd rather spend my days in a t-shirt and shorts all year long rather than putting on coats, hats, scarves, gloves and all of that. And I noticed that usually weather is a good reason why people want to move to a different country, and usually this is where weather is at the extreme. So basically it's either really freezing or it's boiling hot, and people get tired of it and they are like, I want to try and go live with shorts and go to the beach every day. But maybe if you are from a really a hot country, you say, I just want to experience the snow, the cold weather, put on coats, drink cold hot coffee every day, I don't know, and you move to a very cold place. This goes beyond the weather, of course, because the way of living, eating, interacting with people, working, and all of these are different in different places. It can just be that you are fascinated by a specific country and you want to try and live there. Maybe you grew up loving French, you like the language, you love how Paris sounds like, looks like. You are drawn to French people, I don't know, and you want to try and live there. I think everyone might have their own specific country they're really drawn to, and keep that in mind and start thinking about it, guys, because we are going to talk about that into later videos as well. And we are now, guys, at reason number 6. I will leave reason number 6, guys, for you to think about. I'm not going to speak about anything. I want actually you to think about one reason why you would like to live abroad. And this is the end of the second episode of the Moving Abroad Guide. Guys, I hope you found it useful. And does this sound like you? Do you resonate with any of the reasons I spoke about? Let us know in the comments down below. And do not forget to like this video, share it, subscribe if you haven't. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video, which will be episode number 3 of the guide. Thank you very much for watching. With very much willingness to travel again, guys, Take Off Girl is out for now. Bye!